Hey guys, I'm Nikki Dinky. Welcome to my kitchen. So today we're gonna make banana bread. And besides the fact that I love banana bread, especially this recipe in particular, I also seem to always have a lot of bananas going bad on my countertop. You know, they're so cheap, so I always have them on hand and just don't always eat them all. So this is a great way to use up your old bananas or just make something absolutely delicious. So stick with me, we're gonna make some banana bread. So yes, I love banana bread because it's really, really delicious, but it's also like the easiest bread to make. You know, you think of bread, you think of it having to rise and you have to punch it down and you have to knead it by hand and you have to at least use your mixer, right? Well, for banana bread, we're putting everything in a bowl and we're baking it. I mean, we're not even pulling out the mixer. It's really easy. So we're gonna start off with 2 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, just regular old flour. I'm also gonna add in 1 1/3 cup of sugar, just regular white sugar. You know, it's banana bread, it's a little sweeter, so we do use a decent amount of sugar. And then finally, also 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Now, you don't have to really start mixing anything until it's all in the bowl together, but just to get us started, I'm gonna put these dry ingredients together and then we can move on to the wetter ones. So that was step 1, if you can even call that a step. Next, we're gonna add in our wet ingredients. I've got 2 eggs sitting back here. I've also got 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. That gives it another element of flavor, really nice. 2/3 cup of melted butter. Like I said, the butter and the sugar is probably what makes this so good. You know, it is what it is. And the last thing that I think makes it really good, besides the bananas, is I've got 1/2 cup here of buttermilk. Now, buttermilk is gonna really, really give it some tanginess, you know, really add some richness to the bread. I think it's really one of the keys here. So go out and get a little buttermilk to put in this. And last but not least, we're gonna add in 1.5 cups of bananas. Now, these actually weren't even that ripe. They were kind of just a normal banana. Just takes a little bit more elbow grease if they're not super ripe. But all I did was put them on a plate and mash them with a fork. The finer you mash them, the more they're gonna be incorporated in the bread. The chunkier you leave them, the more you're gonna have chunks of banana. Just kind of a preference thing. So I'm gonna put all these things in here and just mix it till it just combines. You don't want to over mix it, and mine is a little chunky because I left my bananas a little chunkier. Once again, if you mash them more, then it's going to be a little bit of a smoother batter. Just depends on how you like it. Now, I did forget one very important ingredient, and I think you can almost guess it. It's our salt. Remember, when you're baking sweet or savory, a little salt goes a long way. So 1 teaspoon of salt in here is really going to wake everything up. I'm going to add that in, and then this is enough for 1 great loaf of banana bread. But I think I'm gonna make mine into muffins today. Thinking about maybe giving away a couple, you know, to some neighbors and whatnot. So I'm gonna make some muffins, set my oven at 350, and that's it, guys. We got banana bread. So I got just exactly 12 muffins from my batter. So it's gonna make, you know, 1 loaf, 12 muffins. I've done mini muffins a million times and I can't remember how many mini muffins I get from this recipe. I know at least 24. I think maybe even a couple more though. No matter what though, I'm gonna just finish these off with a little turbinado sugar, which is just really kind of a raw sugar. It's a bigger granule than just a regular white sugar. So I put it on the top. By the time this is done baking, we're still at the end gonna have that nice crust of sugar and it's just gonna look really pretty. And I kinda like the texture difference. So a little bit of the turbinado sugar on the top, get these in the oven and they'll be done before you know it. Wow, I mean, look at these guys. Now, I guess I could have filled them a little bit smaller so maybe they didn't all touch each other, but who cares? The bigger, the better. The smells going on in this kitchen, it's unbelievable. These are some of the best banana bread muffins or loaf you'll ever have. I really hope you try this one. I always hope you have fun in the kitchen, and I'll see you guys next time.